Salutations and happy Saturday. I'm going to do a quick little video, I guess an image with audio, just talking about Saturn. I felt called to do it today, just to kind of give a little honor, to be honest, and praise to Saturn energy. It can get such a crazy, rep of being so, bad, I guess, and just scary. And it doesn't have to be that, but that's anything in life. Your perspective changes how you view any experience. And since it is Saturn's day, let's talk about Saturn. So, what words do you usually think of when you think of Saturn? Discipline, time, reality, structure, endurance, laws. Saturn governs all of the energy of these words, and those can sometimes be scary if you are viewing them from a certain perspective, but they can also be really beneficial, right? You can use discipline to serve you in order to gain what you want. You can use time to have beautiful moments and to showcase value on something. When someone shares their time with you, they're sharing the fact that they value the experience with you if they value their time. There's reality, and without reality, this physical realm would not exist. So, yay, Saturn, thank you for reality. What about structure? Structure is something that also is wonderful. Even if you look at just the structure of a home, you need that foundation so that that home can withstand any elements. So, any structure that you place in your life is there for you to withstand all of the elements that life has to bring, right? It's your foundation. Endurance, being able to continue on. Laws. Now, laws can be something that other people can abuse or they can utilize, right? What laws do you have set in place, or what laws are around you in your reality that you pay homage and respect to, right? So, those are some topics, I guess, keywords that Saturn shows us its expression of. But really, Saturn is your reality. Saturn is reality. And when we think of reality, reality is not one thing, right? Reality is an individualistic thing. Everyone has their own reality, and you'll find common places, I guess, in societies where people might share certain views on reality. So then it creates a joint reality, very viscous Pisces, sacred geometry shape, my fave. But it's still your own perspective on whether or not you see it as a reality and whether you can see reality the same way someone else does. But Saturn governs that. Saturn is how you gain structure in your life, where we place our boundaries, restrictions, and limits in our lives. It's such a beautiful thing because when you put a boundary up, that's something that can help protect your peace. It can take care of you. I don't know if it's just me being an optimistic little being. Um, I just am. I just find that there's a gift and a curse and everything, and you get to choose which one is going to serve you, right? And yeah, poison can definitely heal you faster, right? That's usually why they give you the poison within the medicine. I guess that's a good way to say it, like the poison within the medicine, because it transforms you, which is what Saturn wants to do. Saturn is just here to initiate change. Change is a reality-based thing. And Saturn will use your environment, your experiences and relationships to gain stability for you, so it can teach you about the growth you need through change, what needs to be reborn, because Saturn also governs death. So it's really fun too, when you think about even the word Saturn, Sa can mean the sun's transition or set. And for turn to be attached to that Sa, you're literally looking at the setting or transition of the sun, because Saturn does not hold any light. That is why it's at home in Capricorn and Aquarius, which both fall during the winter season here in the northern hemisphere. It's the time of rest and renewal, right? There's not a lot of light in the winter, not as much, right? So it kind of makes sense for Saturn to be in that place. And since Saturn has Capricorn and Aquarius at home, then when it's at work, it's in the energy of Cancer and Leo, which peak summer, okay? Leo is where the sun is exalted. So we're talking here. Like, and then also it's at work and Cancer because Saturn is non-emotional. It doesn't really work and play in the space of feelings. It doesn't care about feelings. It just cares about results. And it doesn't care about ego or expression and how you shine. It just cares about results. Now, these results can help you shine. They can help how you feel if you use Saturn and play with Saturn too, right? Don't like demify Saturn all the time to the point where it's something that's working against you, because everything is here to serve you. You must remember that. So give some thanks to Saturn for what it's here to show you and teach you. It's balance, right? We find the balance within everything. Saturn then is also exalted in the sign of Libra, which that's an air sign. It's cardinal air. So Libra is not a very emotional sign, but it's a relatable sign. And it's a balance orientated, law focused, what's right sign. Like, it's very reap what you sow, and Saturn's all about that life. So Saturn loves being in the energy of Libra because it doesn't have to be emotional, but it's here for like the results, okay? And then it falls in the opposite of Libra in Aries. So whenever I think of a planet falling, I feel like it's like in jail, right? So in Aries season, which is like the spring, the new birth, Saturn is a little bit more chained, only because Aries is just like wants to go out there and it wants to spark, it wants to go forth and be just really quick and fast. But because literally Saturn is in Pisces right now, and it's very close, you guys, to moving into Aries. I know we have maybe like a month and a half, almost two, because Saturn moves into Aries on May 24th, 2025. So that's definitely going to change a lot of the frequencies of Aries energies, but you can start to feel this energy beforehand. And with a lot of planets retrograding right now in Aries, Mercury and Venus, Aries feels a little bit different right now than it usually does. It's slowed down. And we also, I know we just have a lot going on in that space and realm, right? And moving through it in between it. So it's a different kind of Aries energy that we have going on right now. So you can really feel Saturn like getting into that. So it's going to be wild what it feels like when we get in there. But it's going in there to change a lot of Aries energy. So get ready for it. We love it. But change is good. It's all about how you, I guess there's no good or bad, but change can be beneficial. Change can be non-beneficial. It's just how you want to see it. But yeah, so Saturn is a teacher. Just like Jupiter, I heard somewhere that they were brothers. I thought that was really cool because it makes sense on how their relationship works, right? Jupiter being the 3, Saturn being the 8. And when you think about the shapes of how those numbers are even in motion, an 8 is just 2 threes placed together and 1 is in reverse, right? So a 3 is like it's the creation of the 1 and the 2. It's the birth of something new. And the 8 is just the infinite, continuous, like as above, so below energy. So it's almost like the 3 brings the creation in, and then the 8 stabilizes it and it makes it limitless if you allow. So Saturn is a very rigorous and generous teacher. Saturn is a teacher through the use of time. Time is huge in Saturn. Saturn is the ruler of time. So Saturn is going to teach you through time, through cause and effect. Saturn's going to ask the question, how much time, and when we think of time, we can think of value when it comes to Saturn, are you willing to use to obtain material growth on Earth. Because Saturn doesn't care about the dream, Saturn doesn't care about the feeling, Saturn doesn't care about how it looks. Saturn just cares about, is it here? Have you created something? Can I touch it? That's what Saturn wants for you. And to be honest, when you talk to people, that's what everybody wants for themselves. They want to touch money. They want to be able to drive this car. They want to be able to go here. They want to be able to have this freedom. Like, those are all physical things, and Saturn is the best teacher to get you there. It's just you have to learn to utilize Saturn energy for you and not utilize Saturn energy just for others, right? And if you are going to utilize Saturn energy to give to others, like be it a job outside of you, a corporation, a government structure, making sure that you are on the receiving end as well, and you're not just in service, right? You're not just a slave. You need to get paid, okay? Saturn just wants you to effort. It's not here for you to get paid. It wants you to get paid, but it doesn't mind if someone else is getting paid through your effort. So it's just about the effort. Bottom line, no feelings attached to it. So in order to utilize Saturn for you, you just have to make sure you're getting a check at the end of the day in whatever way that value is for you, you know? Because Saturn will trade time for money, and you can trade time for money. A lot of people do. Or you can utilize time, repetition, and effort to bring money in through your own means. You don't have to follow a system that is already created, but those can work because Saturn loves systems. But you can create your own system for yourself. Okay. But yeah, Saturn loves any type of practice and routine, right? So the more you effort, the more you repeat, the more Saturn loves. It's a very yang system, tangible thing, right? When your Saturn return happens, which is usually 29, 30 years, it is a checkpoint. It's like the boss floor level, okay? It's like Saturn's coming in like, did this change enough? And you can look at your natal chart and see where that change was looking to be emphasized and created, because it gives, Saturn gives you time to change. Time can be a gift. The gift of time to grow is a beautiful gift. It's just you have to be allowing for that time to happen. So it's your boss floor, your Saturn return. So if you're having one right now, like, level up, enjoy it. See where have you changed? Do you need to change in that space? Like, looking at your natal chart can really help you. If you ever need help with that, like, I can definitely do it. I'm going to set all that stuff up within this week so we can have this, and I'll probably make a shorter video than this, but this is just me keeping in the routine of what I said I was going to do, right? I'm paying homage to Saturn, okay? We're out here. Thank you, Saturn. Let me do what I said I'm going to do, right? Because Saturn's about that. Like, are you true to your word? Do you value your word? Is your word law? Have you ever heard that saying, your word is law? That's Saturnian, right? That's taking Mercury and Saturn and like putting them in a space together, which is interesting because they're not very similar, but they're not as opposing as like Sun and Saturn energy. But Mercury, can be neutral, but it's in the mind. It's not the tangible space. Saturn likes the tangible. So it's beautiful when you can use your word as law and use the balance on having the intangible thought, idea, vibration, and then making it into law. So making it physical and tangible. Now you're utilizing a balance of both energies, and you're creating something magnificent, a bond within yourself, right? That's why people, try to get you on contracts if you believe in them and put value into that in this world. And there will be punishment or effect for every cause that you put in place with the laws, depending on how you feel and what you subscribe to. What else can we talk about Saturn? Talked about where it's being a teacher. Oh yeah, so since Saturn is away when it's in Leo, it holds no light. So, and it also is away in Cancer, which reflects the light of the moon. So Saturn it's the dark. That's why Saturn, the color that rules Saturn is black, right? when you're looking to be in your Saturn energy, you wear black. It's absorbing of all colors. All things are within it because nothing can be reflected individually in there, right? There's structure and routine, like in black, and the color black, when you think about black, it's like very sophisticated and angular, very chic and sleek, very Saturnian. um, but yeah, so since it holds no light, it just doesn't care about the expression of your ego and ideas and how you feel. It just doesn't. It's here about the results. What have you created? What is tangible? What can I touch? It's very helpful when it comes to bringing in that as above, so below frequency into the material, because it's like the above being the spiritual. Even if you think about like the universe, nature, like anything that's more conceptually like something you tangibly cannot access, but you can be in existence of, into the physical 3D, the below, the beneath. As above, so below can also intertwine into other spaces inside of the mind with the conscious and subconscious, but it also plays in Saturn. It can help you create your vortex here in the real world, right? Your vortex exists, and Saturn can help you bring those things into the vortex by the time that you put into them. And the thing about time that's so funny is it doesn't have to be what other people say. Like, there's the 10,000 hour rule, which I think is kind of wild too, because 10,000 is associated with your Saturn return and how long it takes to get through a Saturn return. It's like 10,000. But that is one way, right? To have a big change, a big drastic change. But you can also maneuver time the way that you want to. You can set your own laws with the help of Saturn, because your word is law. And if you set that law and you hold that law as truth, and you add fuel to that law and you repeat that law and you continue that law becomes truth for you. So if Saturn is law and you want time to work the way you want time to work, that means that you can orientate time the way you want it to be, right? Because the way time's set up now is just a collective understanding of time. There's elements that go into it, like the 7 and the numbers and the frequencies that go into that. But how it moves for you is up to you. That's why, there's that saying that like there's only so many hours in a day, but you can utilize those hours exactly how you want to. And the level that you get out of those hours is going to be up to what you believe you can get out of it. You can look at it as you don't have enough time, or you can look at it as you have always more than enough time and you're so grateful for every second. Oh, the more gratitude you give to Saturn, the more Saturn is going to thank you. Because Saturn doesn't want you talking about time, is baby, okay? It's over here like why would anyone want their child to be spoken of illy, as if it's a burden, when it is a gift to you for you to utilize the way that you want to. So yeah, it's Saturday, the 7th day, Sabbath day, which is a day of rest, which is wild too. I always think of Saturn's day as rest, reflection, and restructuring, right? So I definitely keep some disciplines and things going on, but I do find I'm a little bit more tired. You can obviously have energies that flow through depending on transit, like what you're going through or what you put in your body. Like there's things that can affect that, the weather, things, whatever. But Saturdays are days for structure, discipline, boundaries. My boundaries are crazy. Like one day I'll probably tell you guys about it, but I've got some crazy boundaries, and I'm only saying crazy because I love them. Like crazy sexy good, because they're such really good representations of the alignment that I have and the value that I hold in myself. I'm so thankful for these boundaries. I'm so thankful for the limits that I have in place for other people and for myself, so that I show up for myself and I am the self that I want to be, and not what programming, the mind, outside things can try to lure me into, because we can all fall into traps, right? We can all fall into energy frequencies that aren't our own personal vortexes, right? And vibrations. So yeah, vibrations. And sometimes I can get to my frequency and I got to clean it up. And Saturn helps me clean that up, you know? It's the frequency of the number 8, infinite. So I kind of talked about that when I spoke of the 3. And I think that's really all I have to say in this video about Saturn. It's like 20 minutes long, so I feel like it's good. And yeah, I'll like probably put another one on later where I edit it, make it cleaner, add some like visuals, and do the whole like thing because I am really good in the edit. But 365, 4 pillars of S for Kairos. So thanks for listening. Love you and happy Saturn Day. Enjoy your structure and your routine.